This review has been made possible by Toyota of Naperville. As you know, Toyota has tons of brand new Toyotas available for purchase. But did you know that they also have a remarkable selection of used cars? Head on over to toyotaofnaperville.com and look through hundreds of used cars for sale right now.
Alright, what's up guys? My name is Zach and today I am driving a 2006 Chevy Trailblazer SS. Up front is a 6.0 liter V8 and down below is a 4-speed automatic transmission. If you'd like to read more of my thoughts, head on over to carmarshal.com/overdrive. But let's get back to that 6.0 liter V8. Well, it is an LS2 from GM. It is not your run-of-the-mill 5.3 or 5.7. This thing has the grunt, it has the muscle, it has the bite, and I absolutely love it. This thing is awesome. All right, 6-liter V8. I'm just gonna go for it. Oh, the back end kicked out a little bit. That is the first time I have ever done that here on this test track. Oh, yes, yes, Trailblazer, yes. The 6-liter gives you all of the torque you would ever desire. Oh, this is good. I have to say, this is really good. Now, it being an SUV, it gets a little dicey braking. Braking, you really start to feel just the weight, the size, the dimensions of this flippin' SUV. Holy crap. Now, like I said, paired to it is a 4-speed automatic transmission. It shifts. It doesn't really feel like it likes the high horsepower engine, but it doesn't matter. It does shift, and that's all I really worry about. Last but not least, the Trailblazer is rear-wheel drive. So let's talk about the interior. Well, in front of me I have a bunch of different gauges. On the far left is my tachometer, in the middle is my speedometer, and on the right I have oil pressure, fuel, battery voltage, and water temperature. On the steering wheel I do have voice controls, source, volume, and then I actually have a trip odometer button, and then I have a information. So average fuel economy of 6.4. Engine oil life, or I could just turn it off. Gallons used, stuff like that. Really cool. I could switch the center little readout on the gauges using the steering wheel controls. To the left, I just have my standard headlight switches, as well as my dimmer switches and fog light switches. And on the door, I have a couple interesting things. First of all, power mirrors up top, but then I have 2 memory seats. Yes, I have 2 memory seat settings in an 06 Trailblazer. And then I have my standard window switches and heated seats, of which I can choose where I want the heat sent, which I recently praised a 2015 Range Rover for doing. So you can actually do that in an 06 Trailblazer. In the center, I get 2 air vents, a seemingly aftermarket radio, although it is period correct. I do have 2 aftermarket gauges on the left for trans temp, and then my air fuel ratio, my AFR gauge. Then I have my climate controls, which it does have dual climate control options, so the passenger can choose their own temperature. They do not have to depend on the driver's needs. Then there are cup holders and the shifter. The shifter is a pretty clunky, really clunky 90s looking shifter. It's got the big button on the side. Now the seats are pretty comfortable. They do have SS embroidered on them, which is absolutely awesome. They are actually really comfortable. But speaking of seats, we do have back seats, so we will do a back seat review. All right, so we're in the back of the 2006 Chevy Trailblazer SS, and the seats are obviously comfortable. They're a little bit 90 degrees. They're a little bit straight up, but I do have my power window switches, and then down here, I'll actually bring the camera. You get a pretty nice control center. We have actual headphone inputs. That's what that is right there, your volume adjustments and your headphone inputs. So you actually have the option of listening to the music through headphones, which is interesting. 2 power buttons, fan controls, where to send the heating and air, and then I have a 12-volt outlet. I get 2 lights back here that are touch, no center console, But all in all, it's a pretty comfortable back seat. You can carry 5 people in the car. Really, 4 people is going to be most comfortable, obviously, but 5 if needed. And overall, the interior is sort of late 90s GM. It's very, very plasticky. I mean, I just feel like stuff in here might crack. That being said, the seats are comfortable and everything works. It's just I don't know how many more years this stuff will sort of hold up. So let's get to the looks. I like the look of the SS Trailblazer. I wish it was in black. This is the silver color, obviously, as you're seeing on screen if you have eyes. But this is silver, and I wish it was black. It would be a little bit more menacing, a little bit more aggressive if it was in black. And let me tell you, this is an aggressive SUV. I'm now beginning to understand why people aren't happy with the new Chevy Blazer. Because I actually did review the new Chevy Blazer, and honestly, the 2019 Blazer is a great SUV. I loved it. It just doesn't live up to the Blazer name. And I sort of understood this. I was like, yeah, you know, I had driven a Blazer from the late 90s, the one that looked like an S10. And I was like, yeah, you know, like, you're right, it's not as rugged as that. But now, driving this, seeing what the Trailblazer was, the Trailblazer SS, I now understand why people are upset and why people don't think that the new Blazer is a true Blazer. This is one of the many flavors of the older Blazers. And honestly, as of right now, it's my favorite. No, it's not a K10 or K5, but this is still something to brag about. It is a 6-liter V8. I just can't get over that. I really thought when I was approaching this review, I thought it was going to be a little tuned up 5.3, maybe the 5.7, but they haven't really used 5.7s in quite some time. That was more of the LT1. But no, this is not just a little tweaked engine. This is a box of pissed off explosions that is somehow bolted to the chassis of an SUV. And so I have 2 closing thoughts. My first closing thought is, if you want something beefy, manly, just in your face, that can also carry a bunch of other people comfortably, look into a Trailblazer SS. It's very similar in that respect to the Impala SS, where it has that big beefy V8. It doesn't mess around. It'll knock on your door at 2 a.m. with a baseball bat ready to knock your teeth out. But also, it can carry 4 people very comfortably. Very, very comfortably. And I say 4, there is a middle seat, but I'm talking very, very comfortably. You can seat 4 people, and you are not going to have a single issue. My final closing thought, part 2, is that I really hope something like this comes back. Because right now, Chevy currently does not make a Trailblazer SS. They don't even make the Trailblazer. They have the Blazer RS, which is a 3.6-liter V6, which is almost half the displacement of this V8. They need something like this in their fleet again. Chevy needs something like this to combat the Trackhawk, to combat Jeep and their Hellcat-powered Cherokee. And I think the Trailblazer SS would be a worthy contender. Stick the new LT2 in it from the Corvette. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you so much to Toyota of Naperville for letting me review their Trailblazer SS. This thing is mean. This thing is awesome. If you guys are interested in this exact Trailblazer SS, I will leave a link in the description below. If the car has already sold by the time this video comes out, I will leave a link to Toyota of Naperville. They have tons and tons of cool cars on the lot. If you guys saw last week, I reviewed a Impala SS. So if you are into the SSs, definitely go check out that review. Again, from Toyota of Naperville. So definitely check out their website if you guys are interested in any used cars. They have hundreds of used cars on the lot at all times. And I mean, they're pretty cool for having one of these. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to rate the video, comment on the video, and subscribe if you really liked it. Let's see if we can get sideways one last time. Take care, guys. Aside from my soul.
was a sight.